Hey everyone, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are touring my finished 2.0 Japanese city. This island was heavily inspired by the anime called Your Lie in April. A lot of my followers recommended this anime to me and I've been really enjoying it. This island features a ginormous school build because what is a Japanese island without a school? I swear I put these on all of my Japanese islands, but I really enjoy making school builds. They're just super fun, they're immersive, they fill space, so I really enjoy making these for that reason. This island also features a lot of simplicity compared to most of my citycore builds. A lot of my followers are new to citycore, so I wanted to present to those who struggle with citycore building an island that may inspire you, that features hardly any citycore building, a lot of villager homes, and a lot of usage of player homes too. This is a creative way to also fill in your island without having to go through the hassle of gathering materials to do a ton of citycore builds. Maybe you don't even like the lag that these builds bring you. Maybe you're somebody who wants to do a citycore island, but the lag of item loading may bother you, etc. The list goes on. So I present to you an island that hardly lags, that still is very aesthetic, and also includes some minimal citycore building. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this tour started. Also, I'd really appreciate if you'd hit that like, subscribe, and notify button if you want to see more content like this in the future. So I may be recording the whole entire tour in one take. I figured this would be easier, so if I ramble, stutter, all that good stuff, just wanted to throw that in here. Anyways, we start the island at my house, and by the way, all the houses that I'm using on this island are not decorated yet. I'm thinking about keeping this as a forever island, so maybe I'll do the interiors within the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure, but I do plan to decorate all the houses that I'm using on here, so you can look forward to that in the future. And the dream address will be also posted in the video and also in the video's description. All codes that I'm using will also be found on my Instagram, which is linked, so be sure to go check that out. You can find them in all of my citycore highlights. However, I will do my best to list out all the codes that I did use on this island in the description too. If I forget any, please bear with me, don't be afraid to ask, but I'll do my best to try to list out all the ones that I did use too. So yeah, we start the entry at right here, and I decided to put my house here. I thought it'd be a really easy way to reach it. And then we make our way towards the right side, and I just really enjoyed how I did the layering with the villager housing and just my houses in general. I feel like we often forget how beautiful the building exteriors are in this game, and I really wanted this island to show it. So I did a lot of house usage for that reason. And again, maybe you're new to citycore and you don't really like using simple panels because of the lag. Hopefully this island brings you some inspiration. I sadly could not fit all of my shops and all that good stuff on my island, but I did manage to at least try to fit in Nook's Cranny, so I kept it really simple. I think the first stage of Nook's Cranny is my absolute favorite, so I kept it there. And this is now the edge of my map, and we go up this way on this road, and oh my gosh, look at her just sitting there. This is such a cute photo too. I absolutely adore her so much. All right, back to the tour. So we go up here, and once again, a bajillion player homes. Get ready for it. Not decorated, but I'm hoping to actually do some interiors for once in a few days. So maybe I'll tackle them and update the dream address then. And then we go up here, and I wanted this to be a very pretty hour for my dream address. I have it set to 5:30. I just thought it was a beautiful time for this particular island, so hopefully y'all think it too. And then we got another player home here. I just really appreciate these exterior updates that we got with 2.0. It really does add to our island, so I'm really thankful for those. The only thing I wish is that we would have gotten exterior edits like this for our plaza and our shops. I feel like that really could have helped our island themes a lot more, so maybe we'll get that in a surprise update. I don't know. There was actually so much on this island I really wanted to do, but I couldn't fit it. So maybe I'll do like a second cherry blossom city, but actually do more city core like build structures with it, since I couldn't fit all my ideas in. I really wanted to make use of perspectives and I just didn't have the space for it, which is not a bad thing because this island, I feel like at its simplicity, is still really aesthetic and pleasing looking to the eye. But I do plan to do another cherry blossom city in the future. And of course, because this is inspired by Your Light in April, I wanted to incorporate a piano somewhere, so I thought that was a really pretty spot to place that. Anyways, we go back down this incline and let's go ahead and head over towards the left side of the map. I decided to put a 7-Eleven here. I was gonna do a Lawson, but I decided not to. I really like 7-Elevens, so I just decided to choose that. And then we go past a villager home. You can kind of see some city core structures in the back. Again, I didn't want to do too many of them because I wanted to show those who haven't done city core yet, you can have a city core island that will not absolutely lag. So I wanted to use this as a great example for it. Keep in mind though, with the school there will be a little bit, but it's very minor, item loading just because of the details I did put into it, but it's not like, you know, aggressive to the eye. Anyways, you go over here and I decided to do a lot of villager house layering. The decorations up here is pretty dang simple. I didn't want it to be laggy and I tried to hide the edge of my map pretty well with that. And I really like this spot. I don't know why. I just feel like it's really pretty looking. I don't know what it is, but this is one of my favorite spots on the island, as simple as it is. And then we got a parking lot right here. And I'm really excited about how this all turned out. This is actually part of the school, but I'm not ready to show you this yet. So let's go ahead and go back towards the front of my island. So now let's go ahead and make our way over. I guess this is technically the middle of my map, I want to say. The school takes up quite a bit of it. And again, another player house, because can we just appreciate these exteriors? Y'all, when that update came, I screamed when I saw the Asian exteriors for our cities. Oh, I was so excited about those. So yeah, I made a lot of use of them on this island for that reason, because honestly, these outdo any simple panel build at the end of the day. I mean, they add so much realism to our islands, so I wanted to go nuts with them for that reason. I would love to do some city core builds, including them like a temple eventually on a different island, so don't worry, I promise I am going to do several Japanese islands incorporating these exteriors. Before we head over to the school, I just wanted to share these two villager homes right near my entry. Again, I made use of the house layering with those, and I definitely recommend it if you're going for a realistic looking city. And then now we're about to enter the school, but before we do that, I just wanted to share also the entry again, but at a different perspective. I really enjoyed just how this one spot ended up looking, so I just wanted to share a couple of different angles with it, being that it is one of my favorite spots on this island. Anyways, now let's go check out the school build. So once again, this is the entry to our school, and I also decorated none of my beaches, so just ignore them, they don't exist. We go up this spot right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my camera and show you how this looks just from the entry. I thought this was a really nice and beautiful entry for a school, so feel free to take any inspiration, but I also really love this spot too. Honestly, I really wanted this island to feel like you were inside an anime TV show, so hopefully you get that vibe from this. Keep in mind as we walk through the school, this is that one spot where some minimal item loading will happen just because it's an enormous build. If you do reduce the size and item decorating and all that stuff when you recreate this, there will pretty much be zero item load, but because I used a lot of space, there is going to be some for that reason. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out our school entry. The tiles right here that I'm walking on are actually by me, and they're inside the townhouse MA that I did, so I'm going to go ahead and share that MA in the video's description. And I made like a simple bike parking area right here. And if you want to learn how to build this school, definitely go check out my previous video, because I did a step-by-step tutorial on how I built this whole entire thing. So if you want to recreate this and make any adjustments to said build, feel free to check that video out. Anyways, let's go ahead and head over towards the right side. And by the way, I found this school sign under criteria search school, so that's where you're going to find that. Anyways, this also was one of my favorite spots in the school too. Even though it's just the exterior, I thought that this was such a pretty looking area too. And over here, this is another way you can enter into the school. You actually could totally skip building this whole entire side of the school build if you wanted to, but I really wanted it to feel realistic. So yeah, this over here is another way to enter into the high school. And then you go down here, and I just have like a little miniature parking lot going on with bikes, some cars right here. I kept it pretty simple, just extra parking. And now let's go ahead and make our way towards the inside of the school. Also, I know I'm going to get asked this question. This fence right here is called sturdy railing, I want to say. I think that's what it's called. But it's not technically a fence, even though it actually is meant to be used that way. But yeah, that is like my new fence, because it takes up half a square, which is insane. I'm so excited about this. So I really wanted to add a ton of detail to the school, but I couldn't because it was becoming laggy pretty quickly. So I wanted to avoid said lag for that reason. The school floor, again, found under criteria search, and this is the first classroom. It's pretty simple, honestly. I really wanted to add more decorations to it, but I just didn't want to handle all that lag. And we go up this miniature hallway, and once again, making use of the wide display shelves. I'm obsessed with that item, and it is my go-to for any modern styled building. And then we got our music room. I thought this was a really fun room to make. And then we go up here to our first perspective, which is overlooking the track and soccer field. So I was really excited with how this spot turned out, because sometimes when I go into a build, my ideas don't always work, and this is that one time where my ideas actually worked. I'm gonna be real with y'all, since 2.0 came out, I was expecting myself to shove out so many dream addresses right away, because normally this island is a perfect example of how fast I can work when I'm really inspired and dedicated. I finished this within 4 days, but I've been really struggling lately on Animal Crossing. I've been too insecure, honestly, with myself on how my builds should look, and then I've just been restarting and flattening over a bajillion times, and this was the first island where that didn't happen. And I'm really proud of myself for that reason. And I'm decided to go into this new year basically not being hard on myself. I'm just going to build what makes me happy, what speaks to me, and see what happens, just like with this island. And I've been really enjoying this already. Even though it's only been 4 days into the new year, I'm already enjoying that resolution I've made to myself. And over here is just like a little, I don't know, a filler room. And then we have like a mini locker room going over here. So before we go check out the soccer and track field, I wanted to share with you this other lookout spot, which is overlooking the parking lot. Even though this is really honestly a simple lookout, I just really loved how the parking lot looked from this view. Not to mention how you can see those villager home roofs over there in the distance. I just felt like it looks pretty realistic. And that was my whole goal with this island, was realism. I really wanted to go for that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do another modern style like this on a Japanese island anytime soon, because I do enjoy, building my city core structures. I really enjoy making use of simple panels. So I think on my next few Japanese islands, I'll be making more use of panel designs for that reason. That doesn't mean it's not going to feel realistic. It's just going to have obviously some more lag going on because we are making use of a ton of items. But I did want, again, this island to be a great example that you don't have to do all those city core building structures to have a city core island. And I feel like doing this method would work for other city core themes too, not just a Japanese island. For example, like if you were doing a tropical island, you could easily do something very similar to this with tropical exteriors. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our way towards the last spot on the island. And we go down this incline, and I also use those partition walls right there to look like windows because we are at the back side of the school. I have this little walkway going on here in front of the parking lot, and this is actually a spot that you've already seen, but that's how you reach it from the school. Anyways, let's go ahead and head over here. So, by the way, that item too is called fence, and I'm obsessed with it. I think I'm going to be using this quite a bit on all of my citycore islands. One of my followers actually said that this is the same height as a bookshelf, and they've been using it as windows. So I feel like that would work really well too. Like they did a school build, and instead of using, for example, like if you've recreated one of my school videos, they would replace these stalls with these as the windows. And I think that's such a great idea and usage of this item. So feel free to steal that idea if you want to do that. Anyways, now we've reached our soccer and track field. I really wanted to add more details to this location, but I was running out of design slot space, so I had to compromise. And I just really love how this turned out because I've been wanting to use Crossing Kokoree's track field for several islands now, and I just haven't had space to do it. And this was one of those islands where I was like, I am using this soccer field and I'm using this track field and I'm gonna make it work. And I'm so glad I was able to because it really does capture the vibe that I'm trying to go for on this island. Then I made some bleachers over here. The build is actually really simple to do, and I'll give you a sneak peek on how you can recreate these as well. But yeah, I was really excited with how this build turned out. And then we just obviously did a bunch of outdoorsy decor right here. Next, we head over to this spot. Again, kept it really simple. Have some petals going on here and just a couple little sitting spots. And now we're gonna go head over towards the very last spot on this island. So let's go head over to our last spot on my island, which is actually the bleachers. And the bleachers are really easy to make. And as you can see, they do not look pretty from this angle. It's meant to be a perspective build, so you're gonna look at it from this angle right here. And I just wanted to show you that it's a very simple build to recreate, but I thought it was a necessity, especially because we have a track and soccer field. So I really love just how that build looked for the school for that reason. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you thought about my island in the comment section below, as well as future themes you hope to see. I had a lot of fun making this island, and I really hope y'all enjoy your visit to it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and have a horrible day.